What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Dodecahedron, entitled Quintessence. This is released on Season of Mist. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Tilburg, the Netherlands, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very technical, experimental, avant-garde style of black metal. Yeah. My first introduction to this band was their 2012 self-titled debut full-length. To me, that album was a complete breath of fresh air and something very, very vital and crucial for the style of black metal. It sounded so different, so unique. The dissonant chords, the wretched vocals, the elaborate songwriting. I mean, that was just an amazing debut. From the minute it started to the minute it ended, it was such a unique journey and experience. And like I said, I feel that debut was completely different from the pack, and really helping pave a way for a lot of other newer bands to follow. I mean, of course, this is a band that relies a lot on the dissonant and experimental factors. I mean, of course, you can attribute this to bands like Deathspell Omega or Blue Owl Snort, bands that really do cross and go through a lot of different boundaries within their style of black metal to help push the sound a lot further. And I feel Dodecahedron are a band that are keeping that sort of style and essence in black metal alive. I mean, even newer bands today like Dodecahedron are keeping that sort of style going too. But it's been 5 years since this band put out their debut full-length, and now once I heard that there was going to be a new Dodecahedron release, I was at the edge of my seat. I was excited. And yeah, here we are with their second full-length entitled Quintessens, which also has an extended title, Through Bodies Measureless to Man. It's 8 tracks, and it clocks in at around 41 minutes in length, and pretty much, I believe that this is them figuring out and toying what the next idea of their sound would be like. And it's very bold and creative, and I appreciate a band like this wanting to take their style of black metal and just expand it and go further and create something very, very special. Like the previous album, this is basically dissonant riff city. From the minute you hear the song Tetrahedron all the way down, it's just sensational. That's the main story of this entire record, is the guitar playing and how everything sounds. The chords, the soundscapes, the way the guitar playing is layered out, it just really sounds devastating. And I like the fact that this album is somewhat split up into 3 different chapters. You have somewhat of an intro, and then you have a couple of songs, and then an interlude part, and then a couple of other songs, followed by one last little instrumental, and then a closing track. It's very, very intriguing that they have that sort of build-up and suspense for this particular album. But going back to the guitar playing, I really think that this is really the major highlight of this record, especially for the first 2 legitimate tracks of this album, Tetrahedron, The Culling of the Unwanted from the Earth, and Hexahedron, Tilling the Human Soil. Sensational guitar playing from first riff all the way to last. Very, very, very obscure sounding stuff, but I really love the way everything is paid off, even for the next half of this record, where things get to be a little more experimental, and I feel a little bit on the more progressive sort of sides with the song Dodecahedron, An Ill-Defined Air of Otherness. Really, really creative and very boundary-pushing stuff, I would say. The bass work on here is very good, maintains a very good balance, very smooth all the way throughout. But like I said, this is dissonant riff city, and this is really what overtakes the majority of this record, is this guitar playing. It just sounds so immersive that you really tend to get lost in things once you listen to these riffs. The drumming on here is very crazy. Once again, you get that instance of DSO sort of worship with the way the drumming sounds, the layering, the fills, the blasts. just the experimentation going on with this drumming, it really, really sounds awesome. I love when the drumming begins to get a little bit more elaborate for the lengthier songs, going to songs like, once again, Hexahedron and Octahedron, Harbinger. Just some really amazing drum work going on with those songs. I love the pace, I love the energy, I just love how this drummer handles himself. And the vocals are very awesome too. I love the fact that this vocalist sounds a lot more defiant and a lot more aggressive this time around. Just the way his vocals are sounding, you get that retch sort of element going for it. It's a little bit of a deeper registered sort of growl, but the way he sounds is really, really awesome, and he really does accompany this wonderful instrumentation throughout this album. I think he does a tremendous vocal performance here. Once again, going back to the two main tracks of this record, Tetrahedron and Hexahedron, incredible vocal work on those songs. I mean, I know this is somewhat of a multi-chaptered sort of release, but I really would have liked it if the finale track was switched with Icosahedron, which is the last track of this record, which is a really awesome song. The finale track, I don't know, it kind of feels out of place. I feel like it would have had more substance if it were to be the closer of the album, instead of the lead up to the last song. But I don't know, that's just me being critical of that last part, but whatever. So overall, I really like that Dodecahedron are taking risks with their style of black metal, and I think they delivered a very, very awesome album. I don't like this as much as I do their debut full-length, but I still think that this band is pushing a lot of boundaries and creating some incredible music with their style of black metal, and I think Quintessence is a very, very awesome album, and I'm glad that this band is in the midst of making stuff again. So yeah, if you're into avant-garde and technical black metal, experimental sounding stuff, listen to the first Dodecahedron album and then check out this new Quintessence record. It's really sensational. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box so you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Dodecahedron Bandcamp page where you can stream this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it, buy it digitally, and it is available physically as a CD and 12-inch vinyl, whatever floats your boat. So again, the album is Quintessence by Dodecahedron. This is released on Season of Mist. Go check this out. And for a score, I'm going to give this a pretty solid 8.5 out of 10. Very awesome, very dissonant, very avant-garde black metal from a band that really puts all of those words and verbiages to use. So yeah, Dodecahedron deliver a really awesome album here. So if you happen to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it and how you feel it compares to the previous full length, or any of you guys into Dodecahedron. Let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until the next time, Armijo out.